Morning, guys. How are we? Right. Oh, is it possible to do a live stream and have no topic? We'll find out now. So we got Adrian and Jane so far. It takes a while for you guys to just slowly join on. So I'm so pleased that we now have broke 27,000 subscribers. Guys, this is good. I've got a bit of an old Elvis in the background. I'm quite lucky that YouTube actually let me do that, because they could copyright me on it, but they seem to be fine with it because it's in the background. They don't seem to mind. Oh, thanks, Jane. Yeah, 27,000 subscribers. It's like mad, isn't it? I actually took a picture of the moment it became that. Let's have a look. So it's Sunday morning. The kids are off school. The weather is disgusting in the southwest UK. My name's Louis. We are defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. Together as a family, we defend Elvis and the Bloodline. Now, I'll tell you what. I always used to clearly say we're defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. But we've gradually, I've started to realise, let me just lower this so it's not too much of the ceiling showing. Right. Let's have a look. Is that a bit better? We've got that bright light. Let me see if we can get rid of the bright lights that's coming out of my head. Look, I got a light growing out of my head. No, I think it's probably better as it was before. And let me just say to you guys, I might just turn that light off. 1 second. The light is going off. Bing. That's better. Wrong one. Wrong one, guys. Right, okay. I don't want that light shining out of my head. That will just annoy me. So in England, it's 9:22 in the morning. I've been up since I woke up around 6 a.m. and it took me all that time just to reply to all of your comments on YouTube. So no particular topic today, guys. I've got a few things on my mind. Let's have a look who we got. We've got Michelle, we've got Adrian, we've got Linda. Linda, thank you for the coffee. So who else? Someone else sent me a coffee. I was so pleased. Let me just see if I can get that person up. So I always like to thank people. If anyone sends me a coffee, I always like to thank you, or a super thank you. It was, let's have a look, Sharon Partin, and Bernardi sent me one. Bernardi, thank you, Bernardi. But Sharon was a new one. Sharon, thank you so much for any of you guys that show me some kind of appreciation because of the hard work that we do. It does make me feel good. I'm very childish. Yeah, I'm like, oh, like sometimes I'll say to you, oh, did you like my video? I do need sometimes people just to go, oh, I like that. That was good. I don't know why. I was like that when I was 5 years old. I needed a pat on the back. I needed a gold star. So when you guys buy me a little coffee or send me a super thank you, it just makes me go, oh, thanks. That's so. I can't explain it. My wife laughs at me. My wife finds it hilarious that I need a pat on the back. I need to be told that what I'm doing is good. So do you think it's childish, guys? So thank you for the super thank yous. Thank you for a coffee. I don't know why. I don't get it, but I'm just like that. Yeah, Linda, I did buy a load of sweets for the kids. Thanks to Linda. Linda, you are too kind to me. You are too kind. All of you, any of you that do that, thank you. You don't have to. There's no pressure. So let's just check your comments. Have any of you... all right, okay, Linda. Yeah, so it was Bernardi and Sharon. And we've got Linda Nitolo. Linda Nitolo. Thank you, Linda Nitolo. Yeah, just really kind, really kind. Yeah, thank you so much. And and other people have. It's just very, very kind, very thoughtful. Even when you become members, and I think we did. The membership, I've set it at the lowest amount on purpose because I'm not trying to grab money. I'm trying to create members. So I set it at the lowest amount. It literally is $1 a month, and YouTube take half of it. And the latest member, we now have 55 members. I think it might be slightly higher than that because there's a delay. I reckon we've got about 58 members. Remember, I've got a target, 100 members. I really want to get us there. And the latest member was Linda. Now, is Linda on here? Linda, if you come on later, thank you so much. And again, I always say this, 45% of you are in America. So if you're waking up later to watch this live stream, our Sunday morning live stream, good morning to you. Get your coffees out. It's going to be a long one. And all your cups of tea. You Americans tend to prefer your coffee. Is that true? I know it's unusual, but I make a butter coffee. So I get coffee, a bit of milk, some butter, and I whisk it together with a blender, and it stops me feeling hungry all day. As you guys know, I'm on carnivore and keto diet. Carnivore keto diet. Look up Dr. Ken Berry on YouTube. Dr. Ken Berry, and this is how I lost weight and regained my health, came off medication, lowered my blood sugar, lowered my blood pressure, stopped my dizzy spells, and got rid of my ulcerative colitis. So I am on carnivore keto diet. Look it up, guys. Right, so the newest members are, I do like to say this because, so we've got let's go from Zerek. Diane Moore, Zerek Info, Lisa Govan, Els Regina, Prasanthi Natala, Madeline Mack, Kathy Pitts, Judith Van Cass, and Joanne Judd, Debbie Boylan, and Linda. There's no last name for Linda. Thank you. Thank you so much. So kind. Right, a couple of unusual things did happen. Yeah, Linda, we've had a gradual growth because obviously we've been going nearly 6 months now. But guys, I never knew this was going to happen. This family that we've created, Team Elvis, on my live streams, I didn't even know that was going to happen. If you go back to my first live streams, guys, I was doing live streams to myself. To nobody. My first live streams, nobody was joining. Nobody. Then eventually we had like 3 or 4. I still carried on doing them. And then it got to about 10. And then gradually it became 20. And I think we've had as many as 80 people join us in one go, which is just amazing. But a lot of the live streams are getting between 200 and 1,500 views. I can hear Tino. Now the kids are in the other room. They're in the lounge with their mum. Right, remember I'm doing live stream? All right, go and speak to mum. This is Tino. Tino, you can say hello if you want.
Can you get some water in my Spider-Man bottle?
You want some water, right? You can only if you say hello to... Yes, say hello to Team Elvis.
No.
Tino banged his head. He was on his scooter. He was going way too fast. He was trying to catch up with his mum. Where did you bang it? Let me show them. Do you want to show them or not?
Here.
You're like here. Look, see here. He banged it there. He's got.
Look. It's right here.
Yeah, it's a little bit painful, but he's better today. But it made him go to sleep, didn't it? It made you fall asleep. Show him your finger because you scraped your finger as well, didn't you? Look, he scraped his finger.
I can't see it.
I know, but you feel better now, don't you? Right, hang on, let me go get your water in seconds. Now, there's a couple of things, guys, that we're going to go through. Now, do you know well, don't touch any buttons. You know the Scientology, the young man from Scientology actually commented. So I want to read that to you. But don't press any buttons, Tino.
I'm not.
Good boy.
Please, I say you.
Right. Let's get him some water.
Who the heck is that?
Right, I've got you some water. Don't press any buttons.
Who the heck is
Yeah,
that?
don't press it. No, don't press it. You'll break it. Right, come and
Who
sit.
is that?
I'm going to tell you in a second. 1 minute. Right. Right. I'm going to move these
No,
books.
it's Spider-Man bottle.
Oh yeah, you want it? Where's the Spider-Man bottle? Let me get it. Let me get it. I can't see it.
Who's that?
Where?
That.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Right.
Spider-Man.
We love Spider-Man, don't we?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
And you're hungry. You've been eating. Do you want me to get you some bread?
No, I want.
I can't make anything. I'm doing live.
I think I want.
Right, it's the
Chocolate spread sandwich.
It's the Tino show at the moment. Chocolate spread sandwich.
Yeah.
Right, you sit there while I'm going to make him a sandwich. Right. Talk about Elvis. Do you want to sing an Elvis song, Tino?
No.
Come on.
Well, how?
You love Elvis songs. The way she walks. Come on, you know that one. The way she talks. You gonna sing it? How long can I pretend? Oh,
What power, how I love her. So
I'm the
the
girl of my
oh my,
best
that
friend. That's it. I want to tell her.
I love her.
Her soul
I give
and hold her. Keep going. In my arms. Me and Tino, we sing Elvis songs, don't we? Right, come and sit here. Come and sit here because I've got a lot of talking to do. Sit on there. There's your sandwich. There's your nice water. Ah, there we go.
But as soon as said I could have a chocolate for sandwich.
Yeah, I made you one.
But as soon as that Elvis said that I can have a chocolate for sandwich.
Elvis said. We love it when you sing. Me and Tino, we sing Elvis.
Well, Elvis singing that the chocolate spread.
I don't know if Elvis liked chocolate spread sandwiches.
But Elvis sing that it.
Yeah, he probably sang it, yes. Right, you're going to have to let me talk now, yeah?
Drink.
Right, Tino, you're going to have to let me talk now. All right, okay. Right, we're back. Let's check the message. Yeah, Tino's like, yeah, it did make him go to sleep, but he's fine now. He's fine. We were a bit worried, you know how it is. So.
Yeah, that comes off his toilet.
Right, your cat always attacks the phone when you whistle. All right. I want to tell her. Should we whistle for her cat, for Michelle's cat? Right, okay. Shh. Right, so we got I am new, Linda. Oh, Linda, a new member. Yes. Let's congratulate Linda being a member, guys.
No, I get a
An Elvis fan since 1956 on the Ed Sullivan Show from the US in Washington State. Speak to Mum about that. Right, everyone's coming in now. Guys, welcome to my kitchen, welcome to my world, and right, it's getting hot in here now. The kids. Right, Tina. So Tina has sung to you. That's the result.
Yeah, I get a middle. I get 100 middle.
Yes.
51, 100,000,
Yes.
151,
Right.
100,000.
Okay, right. Let me just welcome Linda. Linda, you're very welcome to Team Elvis. Thanks for joining in with us. So your last name is Pearson, Linda Pearson, and an Elvis fan since 1956. Wow. So you actually saw him on the Ed Sullivan Show, yeah? Now, obviously we obviously love that. Now, I became a member in the early 70s, so I would love to have watched Elvis live as it happened on the Ed Sullivan Show. I would have loved that. That would have been a dream come true for me. So, oh yeah, just so you know, guys, you know, we were talking about the gentleman that does the Scientology program called...
Dad, do I look cute?
Yes, of course you do. Right, you know, we were talking about... I had a message come in last night. Just turn it down a little bit. I had a message come in last night. I took a picture of it. Now, does any of you remember the name of the young man who is exposing Scientology and the damage it does to children, and he based his video on the damage it did to Lisa Marie Presley? Yes, Serge Delmar messaged me. He messaged us. Right, can you just turn it down a little bit, please? He messaged us. Is that a surprise, guys? That's it, press the button. Right. Yeah, so Crystal, is his name Serge? Yeah. But he messaged us last night. I was chuffed to bits. Yes, yeah, Luann, Tino does feel better. Right. So let me get his message up. Now, we have been reviewing his videos in case you're not in case you haven't watched them. We've done a few. I think we did one yesterday and one the day before. Now, I love the way that this young man, he's gone, it seems to me like he has gone through a lot of trauma, hasn't he? Yeah. Oh, did it, Linda? I haven't seen that. I'd like to see that. I know that the tarot card reader lady, what's her name again? Let me just, let's get my photos up so I can see. Then I always forget that lady's name. Right, it is. So this lady, I know she has mentioned the Elvis fans. Let me just get the name of her. She is called Angie's Tea and Tarot. Angie's Tea and Tarot. We've been reviewing that. Please subscribe to her. She's great. And her take on Elvis and Lisa and the Elvis and Me book and Piers Morgan, stuff like that. I love the way she has a great insight. Anyway, let's go back to Serge. So Serge, I did take a picture of the comment. So obviously Serge is this young man here. And his YouTube channel is fantastic. And we're going to play a clip of it in a minute because I wanted to ask you some questions about it. Now these, do we know these people? A&M Vintage. Oh, Crystal. Hi, Crystal.
Crystal and Christopher.
So we're going to do a little review on their live stream. Now, A&M Vintage, they do like all of my TikTok stuff because I am on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and X. So if any of you guys want to become subscribers to any of the other of my channels, just go on to the links in my description. There are lots of links that link you to my TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, etc. And they also link you to my diet stuff because obviously I've lost a lot of weight. I've regained my health. So let's have a look. Let me just check this. Right. Yeah, so Crystal, his channel is mostly about keeping kids out of Scientology. He was there with Lisa too. Yeah, I've heard that, Crystal. And he got my attention, obviously, because he was talking about Lisa Marie, but he has diversified now. He does talk about Elvis. He even mentioned Riley Q, that the fact that she has she's between a rock and a hard place because she grew up with Scientology. She has a lot of friends in Scientology. So this makes it difficult for her, doesn't it? Because she is trying to expose the wrongdoing using her mother's memoir, her mother, Lisa Marie, her own words. So there's many things in this book that Scientology will not be happy with. Now, Serge did say that he feels that Riley went ahead with this book, even though it was not wanted by Scientology, and ignored Scientology and just basically went against their wishes and went ahead with this book. So that says a lot about Riley. If that's true, Riley going ahead using her mother's tapes, and I found out yesterday that there were 16 tapes. Do any of you know that? 16 tapes were used, yeah? Now, Riley, she went against the grain, upset Scientology, and pushed this book forward, regardless of the fact she did grow up in that Scientology world. So that says a lot to me. It was brave, Linda. It was brave. But it says a lot to me about her. And now another thing we're going to discuss today is that there is a split between Elvis fans. There's the split where you have, on one camp, you have the Elvis fans that only want to support just...
Elvis said it's yummy.
Yeah, oh, did he? The Elvis fans that only want to support just Elvis and Lisa. And then you have the other camp, which are Elvis fans that want to support Elvis, Lisa, and Finley, and Harper, and Riley. Yeah? There's a bit of a split camp. Now, I think some of you are in the middle. Some of you are in the middle. Do any of you want to let me know how you feel? Do we have people here that only want to support Elvis and Lisa? Do we have people here that want to support Elvis, Lisa, Riley, Finley, and Harper? Obviously, yeah. Now, there's no judgment. There's no judgment. We here at Defending Elvis Presley, we defend the bloodline. So it's Elvis, Lisa, Finley and Harper, and Riley. But you're all welcome. Even Priscilla fans, you're welcome, because we want to change your mind. We have no problem with Priscilla fans, because we want to convert you. We want to show you our research, pictures, information, and make you realize the serious wrongdoing that Priscilla Presley has done. So if you are a Priscilla fan watching this now, please don't feel unwelcome, because we are here to change your mind and make you understand that Priscilla, the way she has treated Elvis and Riley and Lisa and Finley and Harper, is wrong, is very wrong. And we've broken it down on our live streams many times why. Now, we are not haters. On this channel, we are not here to hate or name call. We are here to expose the wrongdoing of Priscilla Presley. And there's a lot. We do it from a place of love. We are good-hearted, decent people that do things in a classy, respectful way. We're not going to sit here and shout loads of horrible names. Yeah? We're going to do things properly so that the Facebook and YouTube are happy with how we present ourselves. And if we ever get to a bigger platform, so if we get the TV companies, the biographies, the documentaries, if we get them involved, they won't be dealing with a bunch of haters. They'll be dealing with professional, classy Elvis Presley defenders. We are Elvis defenders. We are taking care of business in our own way, where we are standing up against all of the wrongdoing from anybody against Elvis and his bloodline. That includes the Memphis Mafia, not all of them. Some of the Memphis Mafia were okay. And I do believe the Memphis Mafia did love Elvis, but they made a lot of mistakes. So we will defend that as well. So anyway, I'm waffling on a bit. Let's just try and get to the point. So Cynthia Denton, are you new? Hiya, Cynthia. Let me just quickly check your comments. Now, there's a few things I'm going to go through with you. Yeah, so Michelle is Elvis and the bloodline. Hi, Michelle. Good morning to you. Hope you're well. Right. Have you ever watched Growing Up Scientology channel? Aaron has a lot on there about Lisa and that interview with Navro. No, actually, that's not true. Crystal, yes. I've watched little bits. I definitely am going to watch a lot more with Aaron. I've heard very good things about Aaron. I know that he has been very brave to come out and go against Scientology. Now, so you know, guys, I am completely against Scientology. I think it's weird. It's not a religion. It's a cult, and it does do serious damage. It does. Yeah, let me just sit Tino on my lap. So you guys, I want you guys to know I am completely against Scientology. Right, Tino, there's your drink. Right, have you guys got a coffee and a tea?
Yeah.
Right, have you heard? Right, let me just move this over a bit. Right, remember, don't touch any buttons, Tino. We don't want Tino breaking my laptop. Right, okay, that's cool. Cool. Right, have you heard of AM Vintage? Have you heard of AM Vintage? Now, I watch their stuff. They do on TikTok. They always like my videos, which I'm pleased about. Hi, Adrian. Let's have a look. A lot have changed their view on Facebook. Yes, I think we definitely had quite a serious backlash on Facebook. Everybody trying to argue, the Elvis fans trying to argue with each other, telling each other they're not true fans. No, don't stop being naughty. Telling each other they're not true fans. There's been a bit of a World War III on Facebook between the Elvis fans. We've done a few videos on it. If you want to go back on the live streams, and to me, there should be no side. Elvis would want us to support Finley, Riley, and Harper. You can see Mum if you want. Elvis would want us to support Riley, Finley, and Harper. Now, how can I say this, guys? Right. All right, go on then. You can you know how to climb. So, right. Can I just, before I start going into it a bit, guys, can anyone just tell me, are there people here that are very upset with Riley? Please be honest. I know that I keep reading comments that people feel that Riley isn't properly defending her mother, Lisa Marie. Just be honest with me, guys. No judgment. No judgment. The reason I'm bringing this up is because, how can I say it? It's because AM Vintage mentioned about this split. I got a feeling that AM Vintage, his wife, had a bit of hate against her because people are calling her a Priscilla fan, a Priscilla lover. Yeah. And so when they mentioned it, and I have recorded a clip of it, and we're going to play it in a sec. So can I just get your take on it? Actually, I'll top my coffee up while you answer that question. So are there anyone here that is upset with Riley and feel like Riley is not defending Lisa? Please be honest, and then I'll come back with you with a reply. Okay, right. Let's get my coffee. Okay, I hope you guys got your cup of tea because we are going to go through this a bit. Okay. It's a Sunday morning. The weather is terrible in the UK. I don't know what the weather is like where you guys are, but we can just chill out here, have a chat, and go through a few different topics today on a lovely Sunday morning. Right, let me just check these comments. I think there is more than meets the eye over Riley's silence. Well, yes, Michelle, and I'm going to give you my take on it now. Elvis fans are being divided. Yes, Linda, it does seem that way. I like her, but I am still on the fence. Thank you, Debbie, for your honesty. Thank you, Debbie. I'm not upset with her. I'm suspect of her. I do think that she could do better, and I do how to feel that she's always calls him Elvis instead of grandfather. Okay, thanks, Crystal. That I've heard that comment many times. Yeah, that she doesn't call him grandfather, right? Olga, Loves Riley. She's in a tough position, definitely. She has gone through hell. She's had so much to deal with. And don't forget, really, she's also protecting the twins as well, isn't she? Finley and Harper. Right. Let's have a look. Jane. Hi, Jane. Morning. I think she is biding her time. Yeah, playing the long game. You guys keep saying that. I don't blame Riley. Priscilla is her grandmother. And in the book, the whole family had good times together. Yep. I've heard that a big part, not a big part, there's a section of the book showing the good times with them. That's very honest, Linda. Thank you. I think Riley is in a tough position when it comes to Priscilla. We do not know what is going on behind the scenes, and we need to support Riley. Now, Linda, that is where I am. Thank you, Linda. That is where I am. So, hi, Amanda. Is the chocolate spread sandwich good? Yeah, I'm not allowed to eat. Just see a quickie, guys. I don't eat sugar or bread or pasta or rice. That is how I regained my health, lost my weight, cured my ailments, lowered my blood pressure, lowered my blood sugar. So, guys, if you want to get better, less aches, more energy, stop the bread, sugar, pasta, rice, and potato. Eat more meat, eggs, and fish. You'll get better. But that's for another day. Right, let's keep going. I was slightly pissed at her for not holding up Lisa's wishes in the will and giving the greedy granny everything that she wanted, including the burial. I do support her, but I won't if she's back in the cult. That is a great comment. Casey, that is a great comment. That's as honest as you're going to get. Casey, welcome to Team Elvis. Yeah, well, good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining in. Right, let's do this. Right, so I was slightly pissed at her for not holding up Lisa's wishes. Now, Casey, I felt that way. I initially felt that way. I thought she had been too generous and too soft with Priscilla. Yeah, because we're not happy that, let's be honest, guys, we're not happy that Priscilla, possibly under the right circumstances, is going to get buried in the meditation garden. 100%, guys, Priscilla should not be getting buried next to Elvis. 100%. I fully am against Priscilla being buried next to Elvis. Priscilla completely lost her right to be buried in the meditation garden when she walked out on him in 1972. Many people think it was 73. It was done and dusted at the beginning of 72. Remember, she had been secretly seeing Elvis for a year, which could have even been late 1970 all through 1971. Yeah. So if you really think about it, you break down the timeline, you do a bit of research. There's a possibility that Priscilla was seeing Mike Stone at the tail end of 1970 and through 71, and then by 72 had demanded a divorce. And it took till 1973 for them to agree the things of the first divorce settlement. Remember, there were 2 divorce settlements. Yeah. So I feel that Priscilla lost her right with Elvis to be buried next to him the second she wanted a divorce and was unfaithful. Now, remember, we've already proved, and it's in page 262 of this book, and she uses the name Mark. We've already proved she was unfaithful to Elvis within 3 months of poor Lisa Marie, who we love and adore and miss. She was unfaithful with Steve Peck, the guy who owned a dance studio, who ran dance classes that Priscilla attended in 1968, less than a year after the marriage, 3 months after the divorce. Hi, Yasmin. That's Yasmin, my 7-year-old girl.
I need a towel.
Need a what?
I need to wash my clothes.
Right, just take the one from over there. It's fine, you can take it. Actually, there's one here. Is there one here? Yeah, here we are. 1 second, let me give Yasmin a charger. Say hello to Team Elvis.
Hello.
Let me go and grab it. You go and say hello to them.
I need to be in
Tell them who you are and how old you are.
So, next week is my birthday and I'm turning 8 on Thursday. I'm really excited.
And are you an Elvis fan?
Yeah!
Good. Do you have an Elvis song that you love? How about I want to tell them how I
No!
the girl of my best friend. Right.
I don't know. I like the one where in the film he meets a girl and he does a song.
Right, I've plugged it in for you. Just say goodbye to them.
Bye bye.
Say see you later. Right, see you later, Team Elvis.
Bye, Team Elvis.
You can sing to them later. Okay, let's warm up the coffee again. Right. Okay. Just rewarm. So she's so cute. My kids are too cute. They're too cute, but they are distracting me. I'm trying to get a job done here. I'm trying to explain things to you guys. So I hope you're not in a rush. That was Yasmin. She's 7 and she's 8 in a couple of days. Right. She's very excited about her birthday. Very excited. She talks about it non-stop. Right. As I was saying, yeah. So we were answering Casey's comment. I hope, Casey, you don't mind me putting you on the spot. So I was annoyed about the things that Riley had agreed to. The 400,000 legal fees, the $1 million up front, what was the other thing? The agreement of being buried in meditation gardens if it's possible, and obviously the Navarone situation. Now, I understand why people are upset with Riley. I think Riley was too soft, should have stood up to Priscilla much more. But I also think that sometimes we forget that they are our family. Yeah. Now we are fans. We're angry. We're upset. We don't think Priscilla should get anything. Priscilla has been bleeding Elvis dry for 50 years. Yeah. Really, from the moment she met him. Yeah. She has twisted the truth and reinvented the truth using this book. This book is a pack of lies, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes. This is bullshit. Yeah. Almost nothing in this book is true. Yeah. I really believe that. We believe everything in this book that Lisa Marie wrote in her own words from her own tapes, 16 tapes we've been told. We are so upset with Priscilla, like really upset. Yeah. So anything that gets given to Priscilla from Riley, whether they're negotiating with lawyers, who knows? Yeah. Because obviously we know that Priscilla contested Lisa Marie's wishes, which we are so angry about. Because how dare she contest her dead daughter, God rest her soul, wishes that she wanted her children to have everything. So when we see Riley trying to keep the peace because it's her grandmother, yeah, because Riley does say some nice things about Priscilla. Does she call her Nuna or something? She does say nice things about Priscilla. So we must forget. No, we mustn't forget. They are related, aren't they? They're blood. Yeah, that's Nanny. Yeah. Now, yes, she's an adult now, and she's successful in her own right. She's in her 30s. She's married. She's got lovely Tupelo. She's got a great husband, hasn't she, Riley? But that is her gran. That is her kid's great gran. Yeah. So she isn't just. It's not just business with Riley, where it's like, okay, you know, you get this, I get that, we share this. It's more than that. It's family. And let's face it, guys. The family has gone through hell. They've lost poor Lisa, Finley and Harper, and Riley have lost their mother, which is just unthinkable, isn't it? It's atrocious. And then obviously you've got Tupelo to think about, but Riley has took on this mantle now of controlling Gracelands. Now, remember, a couple of years from now, I'm not sure the exact age, Finley and Harper will join the mantle with Riley. Is it 18 or 21? Do any of you know? Do Riley and Finley become bosses of Gracelands, Elvis's empire, at 18 or 21? So what I'm trying to say, guys, is that we are angry as fans. Like, oh my God, how could you give all that to Priscilla? She doesn't deserve it. She lost her right to have anything from Elvis the day she walked out on him, gave up the Presley name, completely robbed him, in my opinion, on the second divorce settlement that, in my opinion, she was not entitled to. This all went on in 1977, the worst time in Elvis's life, when the Elvis tell-all book from the Memphis Mafia was released as well, and Elvis was chronically sick, very unwell, heavily medicated, and she kept grabbing and grabbing and grabbing the money as much as she could. She lost her right to be buried next to Elvis decades ago, decades and decades ago. Even this thing that she saved at Graceland, and it was her idea to do the museum, the living museum, it's just bullshit. If you do a bit of research and look at the facts, you very quickly realize that it was all going to happen anyway. Graceland was going to get saved, and the living museum was going to happen before Priscilla came along. She just jumped on the bandwagon and rode with it. And because she had this charge, this deed, this lien that was placed on Gracelands, it gave her a lot of power, which is why I think eventually Vernon in 1979, when he passed, allowed Priscilla to be the trustee, because he sort of didn't have a choice, because she was owed a lot of money. And then she took on the mantle of being the front person of Graceland. This Priscilla being the front person of Graceland, to me, the launching of Graceland Museum is the biggest con of all. It's the biggest con of all. It's what, if you are a non-Elvis fan, this completely won over the public, because the public were like, oh, Priscilla saved the day. Priscilla opened the museum. Elvis would have been forgotten if it wasn't for Priscilla. This is bullshit. This is how the public are. When this book came out, Priscilla was the victim. Elvis was the bad guy on drugs that committed adultery and caused the marriage to break up. Now, guys, we have done enough research here to know that marriage did not break up because of Elvis. That marriage broke up because of Priscilla's infidelity, in my opinion, once with Steve Peck, the dance instructor, then Mike Stone, and also because of Priscilla was very ambitious. She wanted spotlight, fame. She thirsted attention and money and men. I know this sounds a bit crude, but she wanted men. She fancied men, big time, guys. Her heart wasn't for Elvis. Or she stopped fancying and wanting Elvis. She had her eye set on other men. And I don't care what anyone says to me. I don't care how good looking Elvis is and sexy, which he is. Elvis is the most beautiful man that ever lived, and the most sexy man that ever lived, and the nicest man that ever lived. Charming, charismatic. I could go on forever talking about how great Elvis was. It wasn't for her. It was not for her. Now, we know that the book Child Bride is now exposing Priscilla in a different light. Yes? I mean, I'm not happy with Suzanne Finstad, the author, because she has said some pretty nasty things about Elvis that I don't agree with. But the book does give us an insight into the way Priscilla was before she moved to Memphis when she was nearly 18. So it gives us another take on Priscilla. She wasn't the sweet, innocent virgin that she likes us to think she was. She tells us she lost her virginity to Elvis. I don't think it's true, guys. In my opinion, for entertainment purposes, I don't think it's true. She tells us she didn't really have any other boyfriends, not really, before she met Elvis. It's bullshit, guys. This book has proved she definitely did have boyfriends, that she actually was quite promiscuous. This book says that. Yeah. Now, let's get back to Casey's comment. So Riley has this. There's many fans that are disappointed, and that Riley feels, no, that they feel that Riley has not stood up to her mum, and she hasn't been tough enough with her mum. Now, I do think Riley was too soft, but I also think she went through a very awkward, impossible time losing her mum. We know about losing Benjamin, of course. And then you're trying to keep the grandmother on side. Remember, the grandmother had been running Gracelands for 40 years. Now, we know that Gracelands, all the money at Gracelands was squandered. And I think a big part of the reason it was squandered was Priscilla and many other reasons. But my point is this. She's between a rock and a hard place. She's like, how do I look after Graceland? Yeah. Protect Elvis, her grandfather's image, reputation, and legacy without seriously falling out with Priscilla and causing a massive lawsuit. Then unfortunately, poor Lisa Marie dies. So then Riley, who promised her mother that she would help finish this book using her tapes, Lisa Marie had asked Riley to help her. Yeah. So Riley wants to expose all the wrongdoing of everybody in this book. She wants to do it, otherwise she wouldn't put it in. Riley made the decision to finish this book. I've said this a few times now, guys, but Riley did make the decision that she wanted this book finished. And she wanted everything in this book as public knowledge for the fans, for the media, for the tabloids, for the social media places, you know, like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, X, you name it. Riley knew that the information in this book was going to go around the world. She knew it. I keep saying this to you guys, and I say this to Casey. She would not have left these gory details about Michael Edwards, the sexual allegations, and Priscilla's neglect as a mother. She was on duty when this was going on, allegations. She would not have left them in the book if she didn't. If Riley wanted to hide the truth, she would have removed it from this book. But what are Riley's actions? She is vigorously promoting this book, vigorously around the world. Like, she is doing 5 to 10 personal appearances a day, and the book tour, the book signing tour, which we know Priscilla ambushed and ruined at Memphis. But luckily, there were other book tour dates that have gone very well. And Riley spoke extremely well about Lisa Marie and her intentions with this book. So my point to you guys is that I understand why you guys think Riley isn't doing enough. Yeah, to defend her mother, justice for Lisa Marie Presley. But at the moment, this is my point. I know I've waffled on a bit, guys. This book is doing the talking, promoting and pushing this book around the world. She is working tirelessly to push this book. The more she pushes this book, the more it exposes the allegations of Michael Edwards. In our version, we completely believe Lisa Marie, every word she said. And Riley is pushing it out there. So the more she pushes, the more people are talking about the wrongdoing from Priscilla and Michael Edwards. And that is how she is cleverly exposing the truth. And ultimately, the authorities and the police and the fans are building up a movement against the wrongdoing of Michael Edwards and Priscilla's neglect as a parent. So she is doing it, guys, but she's playing the long game. She's doing it subtly. I would say that there's probably a situation where she's not actually allowed to talk about it because it is allegations. I also would say if she has got Scientology friends around her that she's grown up with, and Scientology secretly behind the scenes do not want this book, the allegations with Michael Edwards brought up, do not want the allegations with Priscilla as a neglectful parent, partying, taking coke, chasing after men. Because let's face it, guys, in our opinion, it was Priscilla chasing after the men, snorting coke, getting drunk, going to parties, pursuing her own career, her own ambitions, wanting to be a movie star, wanting to promote products like fragrances, etc. Priscilla put herself first before her own daughter. Her own ambitions came first. Now, Scientology don't want this. Scientology want Priscilla to be perceived as this great, loving grandmother that is really close to Riley. That's what they want. Priscilla wants the world to think that Riley and Priscilla are really close and there's nothing wrong. We're not falling for it. We're not falling for it. I'm telling you now, there is a rift between Riley and Priscilla, and it's being kept a secret. It is being kept a secret. Now, there is an awkwardness where Priscilla is the grandmother, yeah, and the great-grandmother, Finley and Harper, yeah. So, now let me get it right. No, yeah, I mean Tupelo. So, the grandmother and the great-grandmother, Tupelo. So, she is nanny. She is nanny, so she's trying to do the right thing as a blood relative of Priscilla's, yeah? So let me just carry on reading that bit. So not holding up Lisa's wishes. Of course, we are so upset that Priscilla tried to contest Lisa Marie's wishes, which does make us think that she's just money grab. Priscilla is just after the money. She wanted to be joint trustee at Gracelands with Riley, which is just laughable because it's obvious everything has to go to Riley and the twins. Of course it does. That's Lisa Marie's wishes. Now remember, Priscilla is digging her own hole. She's digging her own hole because the public can see that Priscilla is grabbing for money, grabbing for ownership, grabbing to be a joint trustee, grabbing to be buried next to Elvis, her ex-husband that she was unfaithful to. The fact that Priscilla wants to be buried next to her Elvis Presley, who she split up from in 1973, really 1971, yeah, because that's when she was secretly seeing Mike Stone behind Frances Stone's back, who was pregnant with a small girl, yeah, secretly seeing him behind Frances's back and behind Elvis's back for a year, and she had befriended Frances Stone, Mike Stone's wife. So they're both, the pair of them are Mike Stone and Priscilla should both be seriously ashamed of themselves, their disgusting behavior behind Elvis's back, behind Frances Stone's back. It's horrific. And Mike Stone has admitted it. He has admitted in his interviews on YouTube, he has admitted how horrible this unfaithfulness was and that Priscilla demanded a divorce in 72. Elvis gave her a divorce just to be polite because Elvis was against divorce. Elvis didn't believe that because he had a good upbringing, a Christian upbringing, he didn't believe in splitting up and divorces. So he tried to not, he didn't want to go down that road because he didn't want to break up the family on behalf of Lisa, the most important thing in his life. But unfortunately, she didn't give him a choice. So he did her a favor and he applied for the divorce to just try and calm things. But the truth is she was demanding it and she didn't give him a choice. Elvis went through hell. I don't care what anyone says. Elvis went through hell. In fact, I'm going to read something to you. So just read the rest of that comment. I do support her. This is Riley, but I won't if she's back in the cult. I don't think Riley is in Scientology. I think she wants nothing to do with it. She has distanced herself from it. But I do think she grew up in that world. Her father, Danny, has one foot in that world, yeah? Even though Danny does seem to be a real good guy. We are skeptical. We're worried. There is a worry about Scientology and the effect that, you know, the history, Danny's grandparents, Lisa and Danny met at Scientology at a function, I think. There's a possibility that Danny was told to befriend Lisa when she was only 19. This worries us, but we do seem to like Danny. Danny and Riley are very close. He seems very grounded, very down to earth. He has led a very simple life. So my feeling is that Danny is a good guy. that Danny wants nothing to do with Scientology. That's just my feeling, and I hope I'm right. Now, we just mentioned how Elvis felt. Now, I'm going to play this AM Vintage thing in a minute, but now that we've just mentioned about Elvis's feelings, I want to read them out. Now, somebody sent me this. Let's see if I can find it. I've got a few quite heartfelt things here to read out to you guys. I hope you've got time. Please get yourself a cup of tea or a coffee, because this is going to take a little while. I'm just going to keep going until my wife tells me to get out of the kitchen. My wife will, she will eventually. Right. Now, I'm going to read this to you guys. I'm not a very good reader. I left school when I was 15. I wasn't good at school. Yeah. So this, I think it's from a book written by Jerry Schilling. Now, I have mixed views on Jerry Schilling. I think he's a bit too close to Priscilla. I think financially there was a lot that went on between Priscilla and Jerry. And there's a small chance, some of you might not like this, they had an affair, a small chance. But I do think Jerry truly loved Elvis, still does. We know he lives in his house that Elvis bought him. I do think Jerry is a good guy. I do think Jerry has been, how can I say it, in bed with the devil. In bed with the devil. And I say that in a respectful way. So I'll just check your comments, but then I'm going to read this out to you. This is about how Elvis felt the day that Priscilla moved her and Lisa Marie out of the house. The day that her and Priscilla, so Lisa Marie and Priscilla, are moving out of the house. Now, it seems like they were moving out of Gracelands, but there's a chance that they weren't. Does anyone here know the actual, when they split up, where were they living? Where were they living? Does anybody know? Let's just quickly check your comments. Oh, hi, Luann. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Angel. Right, I'm going to start reading it, because if I don't, we're going to never do anything. All the things I'm promising to do with you, I'm never going to do it. So this was sent by Regina Tiomkina. Regina Tiomkina. It's headed, "This will break your heart." Are we ready, guys? This is quite upsetting. If it's what I think it is, it's very upsetting. And the worst day of my life has to be the day Priscilla took Lisa Marie away from Graceland. So it is Graceland. To this day, that image still haunts me. I'm pretty sure this is written by Jerry Schilling. Okay, guys? Now, now this is going to be a bit tearful, okay? I don't like to make you guys cry, but I do. Sometimes I do make you cry, don't I? I'm really sorry, but even me reading this is going to be tough, because I'm a big softie. I do get emotional. On October the 9th, 1973, after 5 years of marriage, Elvis and Priscilla were divorced. It was Elvis who filed for the divorce as a token gesture to save Priscilla the embarrassment, as she was the mother of his daughter, Lisa Marie, who was only 4 years old at the time. It was a very sad day for all of us. I remember how Elvis just stood in Lisa's bedroom. Oh, this is going to break my heart, guys. I remember how Elvis just stood in Lisa Marie's bedroom and watched in silence as Alberta, Graceland's cook, helped Priscilla pack Lisa's clothes and toys into several suitcases. Elvis said nothing. So he stood there in Lisa Marie's room, completely quiet, nothing to say. Elvis Presley, watching as his cook packed Lisa Marie's bags. So upsetting, guys. I could see the pain in his eyes. Suddenly, he yelled out to me and Joe Esposito, "Help Priscilla put the baggage into the car." Elvis just couldn't bring himself to carry the bags out to the car himself. Unaware of the happening between her parents in her bedroom, Lisa Marie played happily with her nanny outside on the grounds of Graceland. In an aim to spare Lisa the sorrow of their separation. So they tried to make Lisa not realize that they were splitting up. They were trying to make it out as if Priscilla was going on a holiday. Linda, you might start bawling, yeah. In an aim to spare Lisa the sorrow of their separation, Elvis and Priscilla had told her that she was going away on a vacation with her mother to Los Angeles, where she was going to attend school. It broke my heart to see Elvis, a man who had everything, suddenly lose the most important person in his life, his daughter. God. Now you imagine being there, guys. Remember, and even the book says it, the closeness between Lisa and Elvis was very, very close. The only other person Elvis was close to like that was Gladys. And he was losing her. He really did feel that he had lost Lisa Marie. He absolutely adored and worshipped Lisa Marie. They worshipped each other, guys. They had an unbreakable bond. And Priscilla, just because she wants to run off with another man, wants to find herself, wants her own career, this is happening. It's so wrong, so wrong. Lisa, remember the guy that she chose, Mike Stone, the karate expert. Elvis was in awe of the karate world. He highly respected all karate people. Mike Stone was a karate champion. So she was not just taking Lisa Marie, she had massively humiliated Elvis by running off with Mike Stone, which was a very public affair, where you actually see pictures of them out shopping, out and about together as a small family, Mike Stone, Lisa and Priscilla. Could you imagine how Lisa Marie felt? Suddenly she's living with Mike Stone, shopping with Mike Stone. Mike Stone is treated like her new father. She's taken away from Graceland, from Elvis, who she worshipped. Could you imagine the damage that did to Lisa Marie? And you have the gall, Priscilla has the gall to ridicule and belittle Lisa Marie, call her a druggie, a drunk, a man chaser, a boy chaser, a rebellious child. But look at the damage Priscilla did that day. Yeah? Forcing her away from her father, who she adored, Elvis, forcing her to live with a man that she barely knew. Yeah? Priscilla is the one doing the damage, not Lisa Marie. The damage is being done by Priscilla. Elvis couldn't believe it was happening. Yeah? And this is why we are so upset with Priscilla. Not because we want to hate her or we want to be evil or nasty or call her names. We're angry at Priscilla because what she's done is simply plain wrong, neglect, cruel, damaging. And the fact that it was for sex with another man makes it more disgusting. Anyway, let me start reading a bit more. Lisa was more important than life itself to Elvis. I repeat, Lisa was more important than life itself Lisa was more important than life itself to Elvis. Now, she was being taken away from him, although the court ruled Priscilla get custody of Lisa. See, I didn't know about that. The court ruled Priscilla get custody of Lisa. I never knew that, guys. Elvis believed his daughter would be far better off raised with small town values of Memphis. And I agree with that. Yeah, Elvis wanted Lisa with him. Yeah, it's obvious. In Memphis. Just like he was. A southern guy. Than in a big city in Los Angeles. So that tells me that I'm pretty sure that Elvis set them up with an apartment in LA. Yeah? So She was moving from Memphis, from Gracelands, living with her father, who she adored. She'd had such a good life. Lisa Marie had a great life growing up with Elvis, yeah? To a stranger's house in LA, a completely different world. And we wonder why she is so traumatized. Elvis just stood watching as he loaded Priscilla's blue Mercedes that he paid for. Until that final moment, Elvis was still composed. But when it was time to bid farewell to his daughter, Elvis broke down and cried as he swooped his beloved Lisa into his arms. Elvis held Lisa tight for a very long time. Be a good girl. Oh. Hang on. Sorry, guys. Let me just say it. Be a good girl, Buttonhead. So he must have called her Buttonhead and whispered Elvis. Buttonhead was Elvis's pet name for Lisa. You come and visit. You come and visit. You hear. You come and visit. You hear. Trying to hold back tears. Then out of sheer desperation, Elvis insisted, get mummy to teach you how to use the phone so you can call me every day, okay? Oh, guys, this is tough. Right. Oh, hang on, let me just calm myself down. Right, let's just check your messages. Right. Now, that is a tough read, guys. So, right, I will go through your comments in a second. Oh, God. Do you know what? I have to read that bit again because it's so critical. This is the damage Priscilla did to Elvis and Lisa. And the knock-on effect, the ripple effect. It's so serious, guys. So serious. It's all here in the book. From Here to the Great Unknown. This Jerry Schilling's book there, it's all backed up in this, isn't it? The heartbreak, the torment, and in my opinion, the disgusting treatment from Priscilla to Elvis. It I will never get it why Elvis is treated as if he's this nasty person, that this grueler, this groomer, controller, this. Elvis didn't want this to happen. He had made his commitment. He was a good Christian man, and whatever the mistakes that went on, Elvis didn't want the marriage to break up. He didn't want Lisa taken away from the marital home. Now, yeah, they had serious problems. Yeah, it was probably a massive mistake that they got married. Elvis wasn't ready to get married either. Elvis was pressured into getting married, as we all know. But he was going to stick with it. But the problem is, after the 68 comeback, just before the 68 comeback special, when Priscilla was unfaithful with Steve Peck, the dance instructor, the whole marriage was over. It was over. 1968, less than a year after the marriage, they got married, I think, May the 1st, 1967. It was over, guys. The marriage was over. There was no marriage. It was just about Lisa Marie and trying to... Elvis didn't want to be known as a divorcee. He didn't want the world to see him as a divorced man, a broken marriage. Elvis was a very proud man. I think I can hear someone coming. Elvis was a very proud man. The whole world watched the wedding. The whole world watched the birth of Lisa Marie. So to suddenly be exposed with this horrific situation with Mike Stone, the karate instructor, and then suddenly that all becomes public knowledge, which was very, very humiliating and embarrassing for Elvis. Elvis couldn't believe it was happening. In every tabloid around the world, all the TV news clips, the divorce, and Mike Stone being the reason, it was all out there, and Elvis couldn't, it drove him mad. It drove him mad. He didn't know which way to turn. And then he's losing his beautiful Lisa Marie. She's walking out the door. The cook is packing her clothes. You imagine if you're married here, or you've been married, or you've got grandkids, kids. You imagine yourself, us, Team Elvis, going through exactly what is being described here. Priscilla, the cook, is packing the bags. The Mercedes is outside. She's taking Lisa Marie with her, and they're going to drive off into the sunset. You imagine how Elvis felt, and it is quite well described here. Whew, I want to read that bit again because I think it's too important. Elvis just stood watching as he loaded Priscilla's blue Mercedes until the final moments. Elvis was still composed, but when it was time to bid farewell to his daughter, Elvis broke down and cried as he swooped his beloved Lisa Marie into his arms. Elvis held Lisa tight for a very long time. You can imagine that moment, can't you guys? Be a good girl, Buttonhead. Hang on. Whispered Elvis. Buttonhead was Elvis's pet name. You come and visit as often as you can. Trying to hold back his tears. Then out of sheer desperation, Elvis insisted, get Mummy to teach you how to use the phone so you can call me every day, okay? Now remember, Lisa Marie is given the impression that they're going away on a holiday, on a trip. She doesn't know that they've split up. I'm just reading your comments, guys. It's tough, guys. This is tough, yeah? Because I just feel, this is why we're called Defending Elvis Presley Fans Want the Truth. Because I just feel that, why is Elvis portrayed? One second. I just think, why is Elvis portrayed so badly? It's so... I'll drink my coffee. It just seems so unfair to me. He's had such a bad rap. And he just didn't deserve it. He just didn't deserve it. And he can't even defend himself. We defend Elvis. And I really feel that Priscilla has got away with murder with Elvis. And I just feel that she's still getting away with it now. Even at the book signing of Riley Keough, yeah? The way that she belittled and ridiculed poor Lisa Marie in front of Lisa Marie's daughter, Riley, in front of the audience, in front of the world. She took her opportunity to ruin the event at Graceland, the book signing event, and just was treated like a pop star, like a fake. She was treated like Elvis. They applauded when she walked in the room. It just doesn't add up. The people cheered when she walked in the room of Graceland book signing. What is the matter with people? This woman has done so much harm to Elvis and Lisa Marie, and still in her own way to Riley and the twins. She's taking money out of the pocket of the twins, isn't she? When all this money that was agreed from Riley to give to Priscilla came out of the pocket of Riley and the twins. It came out of the trust. She's taking money off her 16-year-old. Actually, they were 15 at the time. I think they could have even been 14. She's taking money directly out of their pocket, and she's getting away with it, and people are cheering her, treating her like she is Elvis, chasing her for autographs. Wherever she goes, she's applauded. People are queuing up to pay her for autographs. The world's gone mad. The world's gone mad. How is Priscilla being treated like Elvis? Elvis would turn in his grave. It doesn't make sense. It drives me mad. I don't hate Priscilla. I'm not a hate Priscilla channel. But there's so much wrongdoing here. It's ridiculous. Even this book, the way that she was allowed to reinvent history, to rewrite history, a divorcee that was seriously unfaithful, that did a horrible divorce settlement, that has been living off Elvis, a woman that had given up the name Presley, a woman that had split up 7 years before this book came out, wrote a book about Elvis's life, as if everything in this book is true, and it's not. It's all been made up by Priscilla to make Priscilla look like the victim and Elvis look like the bad guy. She's got away with so much, guys. Now we get some truth coming out, and Priscilla now is trying to do damage limitation and try and give the impression that a lot of the things in this book are lies, because Lisa had a drug problem, a drink problem, and too many boyfriends. Priscilla was laughing at the fact that Lisa Marie has had different boyfriends. Laughing. Priscilla ridiculed the Michael Jackson relationship, where we know from this book that actually for a few years, the marriage between Priscilla and Michael Jackson was very real. It was true love. And they stayed, even after Michael Jackson and Lisa Marie divorced, they've stayed friends for 4 years. And you've got Priscilla ridiculing every decision Lisa Marie made and blaming Lisa Marie for everything because she drank too much, took drugs, had boyfriends, broken marriages, broken relationships, even saying that she squandered all the money, blaming Lisa Marie for blowing all the money at Graceland. When the truth is, Barry Siegel and Priscilla wasted all the money investing in terrible business like American Idol. You have to do your research. Look it up, guys. Priscilla squandered a fortune. She squandered, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes, tens of millions from the trust that should have been Lisa Marie's and eventually now Riley and Finley and Harper. The things that Priscilla has got away with are unbelievable. And I'm not trying to make hate here. I'm trying to expose the truth. We need to get the truth out for Elvis. There's so much going on here. Anyway, let's keep reading. So Lisa Marie was always a very perceptive child. She realized this was not the usual way her daddy said goodbye. Normally Elvis would say, "Buttonhead, I'm off to work. What do you want daddy to bring you back this time?" This day was strange. See, Lisa knew something wasn't right. She knew. This day was strange. And Lisa knew it. She looked into her daddy's eyes and asked him, "Are you crying?" Ugh. She looked into her daddy's eyes and asked him, "Are you crying?" At that point, Elvis flashed Priscilla a look that could kill, then delivered Lisa into her mother's awaiting arms and turned on her heels and walked back into the house without looking back. And I'd seen that look before in Elvis's eyes. It was a look that still sends me a chill, went down my spine when I think of it. It was a look of pain, anger, and desperation. For the rest of the day, till about 4 a.m. that night, Elvis closed himself up in his bedroom. He wouldn't eat or take calls. He wouldn't eat or take calls. We got very worried. They got very worried about Elvis. So Elvis went and locked himself away in his bedroom, obviously upstairs in Gracelands. He wouldn't eat. He wouldn't take calls. He went completely silent. Could you imagine what he was going through? He'd lost the most important thing in his life, Lisa Marie. The unthinkable, the unimaginable had happened. His worst nightmare had come true. He didn't know what to do. So his answer was to go quiet and stay in his bedroom. We got very worried. We thought maybe he had knocked himself out with a whole lot of sleeping pills, which is possible. From time to time, Joe and I would sneak up to his bedroom and listen at the door. Once I heard him cursing, another time I heard him screaming, but mostly we heard Elvis crying. I repeat. Once I heard him cursing, another time I heard him screaming, but mostly we heard Elvis sobbing, crying, guys. I know that day was the beginning of the end of Elvis. The beginning of the end of Elvis. And many feel that from that day onwards, everything went downhill. I'm not sure, guys. I think that the Linda Thompson relationship did bring him out of himself. We've seen there's a made-for-TV film by Don Johnson called Elvis and the Beauty Queen, isn't there, that sort of shows that relationship. You guys have complicated views on Linda Thompson. There's a lot of good, but there are some bad things. This book does seem to say many things in it. I thank Linda for this book. I'm going to start reading bits of this book. But this book does have many things in it said by Linda that she shouldn't have said. Linda, are you there? There's many things, guys, in this book that I feel Linda should not have said. But I also like Linda. So it's mixed views. So that was tough, guys. That was tough. But, right, I want to play. Let's play that. If I don't play these things, we're never going to play them. Right, so.
Some people don't. Lisa
now we've got.
We don't know. We're not there.
Let's have a look.
Lisa could have. And maybe somebody did offer her help and she didn't want to, right? But again, you lost your dad.
Let's just listen to this comment. Now, the thing I get from AM Vintage, is they're talking about this split. Now, the thing I would say to AM Vintage, they do seem a great channel. I will say this. I know they're proper Elvis fans.
It's the same, and some people.
Let me just pause it. I know they're decent people, that we love their channel, they're proper Elvis fans. She gets a lot of hate because she clearly has a lot of support for Priscilla. I wouldn't say that she's ultimately a Priscilla fan. I wouldn't say that. I think she likes to be in the middle and try and see both sides of the story. She's talking about the split, the divide with the Elvis fans. Yeah, she brings it up here. But I will say that I think, and I don't mean to offend you, yeah, but I really think you should do more research. I don't want to insult you because I know that you have an amazing channel and you've obviously done loads of research, loads, but I really think you're getting it a bit wrong with Priscilla. I really think that the damage Priscilla has done, and I don't mean this in a hateful way because I do not hate Priscilla, yeah, and I like your channel, A&M Vintage. I think you're getting it wrong. And I've seen your review on the book, and even in this live stream, you go through the whole book. I've listened to almost all the book now. I've read quite a lot of it, and I've listened to a lot of it. There's a few bits I've missed, and I really think that you're getting it wrong. And I don't mean that to offend you. So I'm going to play this little clip. I hope you don't mind me playing this little clip. And it just gives you a feel of what is happening to these people, because I think she is getting a bit of a backlash. Now, I support this channel, A&M Vintage. They're a great channel. Please subscribe to them. Let's just listen to what. It's only a few minutes long.
I hope it's the same, and some people want help and some people don't. Lisa might have been that way. We don't know. We're not there. Lisa could have. And maybe somebody did offer her help and she didn't want to, right? But again, you lost your dad. And as a teen, you're noticing that she was doing all kinds of destructive behaviors, right? She was drinking, she was partying, she was bringing away, whatever the heck she was doing, right? Would she have done that even if she had support? I'm curious, right? Because you lost your dad. I kind of feel like, yeah, she might have done that.
Right. She probably was.
Right, let me. Right, hang on.
Would you give a crap if someone
Right, hang on. I'm gonna play that more than once because I want to comment on it. Now, what she is saying, right, guys. Hi, Salvatore. Hi, Finola. Hi, Lady of the Lake. Hi, Lorna. Hi, Jane, Crystal, Emily, Michelle, Teresa, Linda, anyone that I've missed. Now, what she's saying is this. Right. Now, come on, we've had teenage. Many of us here have had kids. Our kids have grown up. I've got I've got 6 kids. They were difficult through their teenage years, not extremely difficult. Now, what she's trying to say is, look, come on, Lisa Marie was a typical teenager. She took drugs and alcohol, chased after boys, and she was naughty and mouthy and rude and, you know, would stay out all night partying, right? That's what she's saying, yeah? But she's not taking into consideration what happened to her, to Lisa Marie. Remember, I've just read out that very detailed graphic story from Jerry Schilling describing the day that Lisa was taken away from Elvis. Priscilla has made up her mind. She's out. She has demanded this divorce. She's going to go and live. She is going to go and live, right, with Mike Stone. Yeah? Is that right? Have I got my facts right? Then all the damage that comes from that, losing, this is Lisa Marie, losing her father, moving to a different home. Eventually she lives with Mike Stone for a while, and then we now know she eventually moves in with Michael Edwards. We now know about the sexual allegations, that they were very, very serious. They are allegations. We have to keep saying that. Now, this is why Lisa Marie took drugs so young. Now, remember, they are saying that Lisa Marie got involved with drugs, drinking, and boys at a younger age than normal. Now, we can all sit here and talk about our teenagers getting involved with drinking and drugs and partying and boys and girls, yeah? But not 11. How many, seriously, guys, how many 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds get into the drinking and the drugs and the boys and the partying and staying out all night? It's quite unusual. Now, this woman here, I'm sorry, I don't know her name. You guys tell me her name, yeah? This woman here is talking as if the problems that Lisa Marie had were from 16, 17 years old. No. They started at 11, and this is the difference. And I feel that these problems started so young, at a much younger age than normal, because of the treatment that Priscilla put her through, forced her to leave her father, forced her to live with other men, forced her into a home where the father, no, not the father, where the boyfriend was an abuser, allegedly. Yeah? And the reason, this is what I say, my take on it, the reason that Lisa Marie got involved with these grown-up type things, drugs, drinking, boys, staying out all night, was because of neglect from Priscilla. Neglect from Priscilla, because Priscilla put her boyfriends first, put her ambitions first, put money first, career first, and she put Lisa Marie last. Lisa Marie was just in the way. And eventually, when things get too much, she drops her off at Scientology. Another massive mistake, because she knew Elvis did not want Lisa Marie to have anything to do with Scientology. That is very clear. Yeah? So let me just play this. I'll finish off playing that clip. And what I say to you at AM Vintage, respectfully, is that
some people don't.
I understand your point about teenagers go down the rocky road, yeah, and they're difficult, but not at 11. Not at 11. Right, let's keep playing it. And this is what you're not taking into account. If you ever watch our live streams. Please get where I'm saying.
Lisa might have been that way. We don't know. We're not there. Lisa could have, and maybe somebody did offer her help and she didn't want to, right? But again, you lost your dad. And as a teen, you're noticing that she was doing all kinds of destructive behaviors, right? She was drinking, she was partying, she was running away, whatever the heck she was doing, right? Would she have done that even if she had support? I'm curious, right? Because you lost your dad. I kind of feel like, yeah, she might have done that.
Right. She probably would have gotten into the drugs and alcohol.
Yeah, would you give a crap if someone
even if Priscilla was supportive, you know?
Not at 11 years old. Not at 11.
If I was a little girl and Adam's my dad, and he's trying to tell me, "Oh, it's okay, Mom. You know, Mom's in heaven now. Mom, do you think I'm going to listen to my dad? Probably not. Do I know he's supporting me? Yeah. Am I going to listen to him? Probably not." So I'm wondering if Lisa did the same thing, even if she had that support, right? But a lot of people don't want to hear that crap. They want to just right away, "Oh, Priscilla didn't do this," and maybe she didn't. I agree. Maybe she was. From Lisa's words, Priscilla probably wasn't there. But I'm wondering if she had support from somewhere else. Just wondering.
So I'm sorry, AM Vintage. I want to be respectful, but I know your point, but you're wrong. Lisa Marie was a damaged child, and she was damaged by Priscilla. I don't care what anyone says. It's all in the book. It's all in the book. Yeah? Lisa Marie's own words on tapes. Lisa Marie's own words on tape. Are you going to football, you guys?
Yeah.
Right, we're still live. So, okay, have fun.
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
They're going to football, guys. Have fun, dudes. So, I want to play another tape, another thing that I recorded, and it's the Serge guy. I just want you to know that Serge Delmar messaged us. I'm going to play. You know, he has the Scientology channel that is trying to help children to stop them being abused in Scientology. So I want to play a little clip of his that I thought you guys would want to hear. Right, it's not very loud. Right, just 1 second. Right, let's just be a bit hush, guys, otherwise I'm going to have to start. Yeah. Have fun at football. I'm just going to read your comments quickly before I play it. So Serge Delmar messaged me. Come on, guys. Messaged me. Love it. So we've got Louis, right, Salvatore, your wife is always running around, Louis. Why don't you give her a kiss?
Kiss?
Look, we've got 5 kids. We've never kissed. Ever.
No.
Grown-ups
Normally.
don't kiss. Yasmin, grown-ups don't kiss, do they?
You kiss me all the time.
No time.
I kiss. Tino, grown-ups don't kiss.
But yesterday on the film, a boy and a boy kissed.
We found you under the Christmas tree. Kids, we found you under the Christmas tree. That's how you were born. Did you know that? Oh, thank you, Emily. That's so kind of you. Look at, Rora, look at this. Louis, Angel Eyes. Louis is very good looking and his wife is gorgeous. So the kids are beautiful. Yeah, thank you.
Oh my God, yes, this is driving me insane.
I don't know, this big quiff though. My wife has been telling me to get rid of my quiff since I met her.
I haven't.
Yeah, you have.
I have not.
Do you like my quiff?
Oh, it's you.
It looks like a wig, doesn't it? Get a decent haircut, she says.
I mean, like, it's on proper. Right, come on, let's go.
I've had a quiff since I was 4.
Let me get rid of it.
4. I've had this quiff since I was 4.
Yes.
And it's real hair.
Bye.
All right, love you. You're the best. I'll kiss you later, baby. Don't worry, guys. We do still kiss. Let's have a look. Louis, Aurora kissing in the tree. Yeah, that's all we did. A little quick Christmas kiss under the tree. Then the kids were born, all 5 of them. Thanks, Salvatore. Thank you. Right. Anyway, I'm going to play. I am a very lucky man. I know how lucky I am. I know. Right. Okay.
I'm actually really disgusted. Well, again, Laura, the problem started with the fact that Lisa had already a very unstable, tumultuous childhood from her dad dealing with so many issues and her mother pretending she had it all together and she had no issues. But
hi, Colleen.
We beg to differ, Priscilla. You had severe issues that you were camouflaging by purporting that John Travolta, who really saw a lot in you, a lot of potential money signs, because don't forget, you guys, whoever brings you to the hotel in Scientology, like John Travolta, was looking for a 10% commission. So all of this, John Travolta really wanted to help the Presleys. He wanted to get the 10% FSM commission, which is what these people get paid. Anytime Lisa could pay for a course, anytime Lisa could pay for an audit, anytime any money was exchanged, the person that brought them in would be made their FSM. So John Travolta, with all the money, with all the fame, with all the resources he had, it was just never enough. And they would get a lot of brownie points, very special points. Oh, look at John Travolta just brought us a big famous fish. Let's give him a lot of special treatment. Let's treat him really nice. Oh my God, John Travolta, so upset you are. And that's what's also really unthinkable. So not only does she have to deal with the death of her father, now we know by the time she became so young, I believe it's 8, 9, 10, 12, 11, she was having to deal with the monster or the alleged monster that Priscilla was all about dating and leaving her daughter with. So what was she doing would be a great question to ask Priscilla. Since she had no career of her own, she had nothing that she ever actually do. Where are your products, Priscilla? Where is your work other than meandering and figuring out how to leverage your situation to help yourself?
Now that clip said a lot. Yeah. Now, how many of you? Right. Obviously, Michelle just said she used to like John Travolta and now calls him John Revolta. Right. Now, I was a massive John Travolta fan. I would say John Travolta was quite close to Elvis to me. Like, I really, really liked John Travolta. Saturday Night Fever, one of my favorite films ever made. You lot might remember him from Welcome Home, Kotter. I loved Grease. Grease was a massive part of my life because I was always an Elvis fan. So when Grease came out, when I was around 11, 10, 11, I went and watched it in Bristol. It was a very big deal. Grease coming out in England was a big deal. They released the records first. You're the One That I Want. Yeah, Grease Lightning, things like that. We were all told about this movie was coming to England. Yeah, and we all went and watched it in Bristol. We had to go on the train to watch it. It was amazing. Yeah, suddenly I was cool because I was the only kid in my school that had a quiff. I was the only kid in my school that was into Elvis. Elvis had become a bit old hat. This is in the 70s, yeah? So when Grease came out, I was like, yes, I'm cool. I can dress with my collar up. I used to roll up my jeans with bright colored socks and blue suede shoes. They were actually trainers back then, blue suede trainers. And I was proper rock and roll looking guy when I was 11, yeah? And because of Grease, I got a lot of attention. All the girls liked me. I was the one that looked a bit like Elvis. You know, this is when I was 11 years old, guys, yeah? So I really admired and loved John Travolta, loved Olivia Newton-John. Loved them. But, guys, through this channel, through defending Elvis Presley, and we've now learnt that John Travolta is one of the main people recruiting children. Don't forget, Lisa Marie was very young when she met him. Lisa Marie had a crush on John Travolta. Did any of you know that? Lisa Marie had a crush. Oh, thank Colleen. I was pretty cool. I was a pretty cool rock and roll kid in 1978, 1977, 78, yeah? But what I'm trying to say is that, Colleen, when I was 5 years old, I had a school bag with glitter. I got some glue and glitter, and I wrote the words Elvis in glitter, in glue on my bag, on a duffel bag, yeah, the ones that you put over your shoulders, and I sprinkled gold glitter. So my bag had Elvis in gold glitter glued to it when I was 5 years old. I used to go to school with my collar turned up. I had a white shirt. I would sit in assembly, you know, where you say morning prayer, morning hymns, say the Lord's Prayer in the morning. We'd sit there cross-legged. I would gel my hair back with Brill cream. Have any of you heard of Brill cream? The red pots with the white base. I would gel my hair back. Bearing in mind, I was 5 years old. I would turn my collar up and I would sit there cross-legged with all the other kids doing the Lord's Prayer, Our Father who art in heaven, with my collar up and my gelled hair. 5 years old. Could you imagine that? And my shirt was too big for me. So my collar was like up here because my shirt was too big. It was funny. Funny days, guys. Louis, the 5-year-old Elvis fan. So anyway, you guys know that Elvis saved my life. I don't care what anyone says. But anyway, let's get back to the point. So I'm talking about John Travolta. I admired John Travolta. I thought he was amazing. Like Grease, Saturday Night Fever, and other things. Yeah, Staying Alive. He looked so cool. Him and Olivia Newton-John were beautiful together. I think they could have been more than friends while they were filming Grease. Now, little did we know, and I don't like to speak negatively about John Travolta because seems such a nice guy. I've always wondered how John Travolta got his money in the last 20 years because he hasn't had any successful films, has he? I repeat, Elvis in the last John Travolta in the last 20, 25 years has had almost no success with movies. Do we agree with that? I always wondered how he paid for his career. No, paid for his life. He has his own airport at his house, doesn't he? He parks his aeroplane outside his house, yeah? Now, Serge here with his Scientology channel. Remember, he knows what he's talking about. He was in Scientology. He was with Lisa Marie in Scientology. He is saying that every person that John Travolta recruited into Scientology, you know, celebrities that are earning a lot of money, like Priscilla, like Lisa Marie. Remember, John Travolta tried to get Lisa Marie interested in Scientology, tried to get Priscilla into Scientology. Priscilla was looking for something. She wanted to be in the celebrity club. The celebrity club. She had a thirst for celebrity status. And John Travolta, this is my point, is getting 10% of all money of any celebrity that he joins up with Scientology. Did any of you know that? Did any of you know that John Travolta, and I'm guessing Tom Cruise as well, and Kirstie Alley, did any of you know they get 10% of all money paid to Scientology from any celebrity they recruit? Now I know that. This is what Serge Delmar has said. Now I know that. I'm like, whoa, come on. Yeah? Now I know how John Travolta gets his money. Now I know how John Travolta can afford his own jet. Still lives the life of a superstar, even though his career completely flopped over 20 years ago. John Travolta, my guess, for entertainment purposes, my opinion, for entertainment purposes, not fact, just my opinion, John Travolta gets a massive part of his income from recruiting celebrities into Scientology. Doesn't that worry you? So when he met this very naive, excited, underage Lisa Marie Presley, I think on the filming of Welcome Home Kotter, because she had a crush on him, he used that as an opportunity to recruit Lisa Marie into Scientology. Come on, guys. Isn't that shocking? If it's true, this is only for entertainment purposes, but if it is true, doesn't that really worry you? Because I think this John Travolta, who I've always put on a pedestal and thought he was amazing, had a dark, sinister side where he was recruiting people into Scientology. And I don't like speaking negatively about John Travolta. I'm a big fan of John Travolta. So this coming out has really worried me and really concerns me. Does it concern you guys? Does it worry you guys that John Travolta, Tom Cruise are recruiting celebrities and children for entertainment purposes, just opinions, for money, for 10% of the money that they draw out of these celebrities? Doesn't that scare you guys? Seriously, guys, that's why I played that clip. Let me just go back on your comments. So, okay, let's just go back on my funny comments about me in the 70s. So who's gone? Jane is gone. Bye, Jane. You take care. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any of your comments. So, guys, if I've missed any of your comments, I'm really sorry. Right. So Emily says you think he's always looked goofy. Let's have a look. Mystic Werewolf. I want to live in the universe where Elvis and Anne Margaret got married and lived happily ever after. Hi, Mystic Werewolf, are you new? Welcome to Team Elvis. We always love new people. A very special welcome to you. Yeah, so Angel Eyes, your dad used Burrell cream. It had that very strong smell, didn't it? I remember rubbing it on my hands, putting it in. I had a duck's ass. Do we know what a duck's ass is? I had a duck's ass at the back. Brush it down the middle with the comb. Let's have a look. So Angel Eyes, Elvis saved your life as well. I wonder, tell us why. But I'm not trying to get attention or pity, but I had a tough time with my dad. Here's my dad. My dad, yeah? Now, my dad was a very, very strict, very handsome, very strict man. Many things that he did that I don't agree with. I know that parents from that generation were different. They felt that beating your kids made you a good father. So I went through quite a horrible time. My dad would put me down, belittle me, call me names, call me thick, call me a loser, call me stupid. My dad had no faith in me at all, even though me and my twin brother became very, very successful businessmen for over 30 years, not because of my dad. My dad gave me no confidence. So when I discovered Elvis at such a young age, I was like, wow, I want to be like you. I want to be like Elvis. Elvis brought me out of myself, gave me confidence, charisma, charm, changed how I looked, my hair. I changed my hair to be like Elvis. I started dressing like Elvis, acting like Elvis, walking like Elvis, talking like Elvis. I loved having a good sense of humor like Elvis. So me mimicking Elvis when I was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 brought me out of this world that I went through with my father, who was a very violent man. Yeah. So I have good memories as well with my father. It's not all bad. And when he got much older in life, he actually my dad worked for me for about 8 years. When I got older in life, we settled our differences. Yeah. So I do love my dad, but through that period where I had no confidence, no self-esteem, no self-belief, discovering Elvis, which was an accident. I found an old record in a cupboard, and the record was I Just Can't Help Believing. Do you know, I just can't help believing. And then That's All Right Mama, That's All Right Mama. Finding those two records in a cupboard, and I played it on an old Philips record player, the type that you slide the record in that way. Do you remember the ones with the big batteries underneath? I played that record. My favorite was Just Can't Help Believing. Yeah. And when I played that record, it just blew me away. And then I wanted to know who Elvis Presley was. And that's how I discovered Elvis. Started buying his magazines. I had massive posters of him on my walls. I wanted to look like him. I wanted to be like him. And that saved my life. It completely changed the whole direction of my life. And very luckily, I feel very fortunate. I worked very hard. I was very successful in business with my twin brother. I owe all my success to my twin. Me and my twin, Andreas. Yes, I'm a twin. Together, we created success, and we had very good lives, amazing wives, big families, and it all stems from Elvis making me feel that I could believe in myself. So that's my story, guys. Anyway, the other thing that changed my life was inviting Jesus into my heart. I had a preacher call me over one day and say, sit down, I want to talk to you. He handed me a Bible. I was only about 5. He handed me a small Bible, very small little Bible. He gave me a sticker and a badge. And he said, sit there with me. I'm going to say the Lord's Prayer to you. And I'm going to invite Jesus into your heart. Changed my life, guys. Changed my life. Now, at the age of 5, I didn't really understand what he was doing. It was just a bit of fun for me because I was getting a sticker and a badge. But that time when he sat me down and said the Lord's Prayer with me and said that the Jesus Christ would always be there for me, without knowing it, has carried me through my life. Elvis, through my life. The Bible and Jesus, through my life. Carried me through all the downs. I've had a lot of downs in my life. I've had some very low points. I was always carried. Jesus, Elvis. That's my story, guys. I don't know what religion you guys are. I don't push religion, but I am a Christian. I am a Christian. And I'm proud of it as well. Right. Emily loved him, but didn't think he was much of a looker. John Travolta. Elvis saved my life too. Angel Eyes, tell us how. We're very interested. You don't have to, you know. I don't want to put you on the spot. Yeah, but Linda, Pulp Fiction was a long time ago. A long time. You know, I'm telling you, he gets his money from Scientology. I don't know it, but I think it. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, I remember Look Who's Talking, but again, a long time ago. A long time ago. He hasn't had a successful movie for decades, so he must be getting his money from somewhere. Obviously, he gets royalties for things like Grease and Staying Alive, but I'm telling you, he's getting a lot of money from Scientology. I'll put money on it. Let's have a look. I'm just trying to catch up with your. I'm going to bring it up to 2 hours, I think. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let me just go back a bit. It's just jumped up. It always does this. It jumps up. Are we enjoying ourselves, guys? Are we enjoying our cup of tea? Let's just check this. Right, let me go back. I don't want to miss all your comments. Right. I got the weather here, guys. Pouring. The weather is atrocious. So I saw the cure. Okay. I'm just trying to get past. Right. All right, you guys are having a nice chat, which is good. I love it when you guys are getting to know each other and bonding. Love it. Please join our Defending Elvis Presley Facebook page, and we have a 24-hour-a-day chat. Please join it. My feeling is we got to teach Serge about Elvis and Priscilla Bueller. He thinks Elvis Presley was grooming Priscilla Bueller. Yeah, I have seen some of his comments. Marianne, I get it, and I think you're right. I think even Serge still needs to do a bit more digging. I have seen that comment. I didn't like it, but at the moment I'm concentrating on his views to do with Lisa Marie and how she was treated by Priscilla. The Elvis thing, I do think, yeah, we need to look at that. Lorna, my dad was a very handsome guy. And do you know what? When he was in a good mood, he was the best. And he was a real good, snappy dresser. He always dressed like Frank Sinatra. Yeah? But his parenting skills were terrible. And towards his wife, not good. Not good. The way that some men treated their wives in the 1950s and 60s is wrong. So I know it wasn't just me. I know that millions went through it, because many men felt that the way you control your family was with a slap, whether it be a wife or a child, and it's wrong. I have never hit any of my kids, ever. I refuse to hit my children. Never. Not even once. Not even once. I would cry. If I hit my kid, I would cry my eyes out. Yeah? And because of the way my father was, I swore that I would never hit a child, ever. And I never have. Even my wife says to me, oh, you've never hit them. You've never hit them. How are you supposed to control them? And I say to her, if I hit my kids, I would burst out crying, because it would just bring back all those horrible memories. So that's my style, guys. Now, I'm not against mums giving their kids a little slap on the bum. That's understandable. Teaching them respect. Yeah, I am against beating children. I am against beating children. Totally. It's never going to happen. Not in my life. Not in my world. Anyway, separate subject. Sorry. Let's have a look. Let's just have a look. Though bad relationships, always feeling alone, and his music was and still is always comfort and don't solo. I know Elvis was a good man, and I believe I grew up with his qualities. Yes, Angel. I agree with you fully, Angel. Thank you. Yeah, Linda, yes. Elvis has helped so many people through tough times, and he doesn't even know. He never even knew how much he helped. Never knew. So, Teresa, I went through a lot of hell, and Elvis saved my life too. Angel Eyes, I had no confidence when I was young. I could relate to his music and learn to know we all matter and important in the world. Yes, Angel Eyes. Yes, I send you love, Angel Eyes. You came through it, and Elvis helped you as he helped me. Louis, can you imagine having a young Elvis now? Yeah, I would love it. I do have a young Elvis. Tino is a young Elvis. Tino likes Elvis. Yeah, he sings Elvis. He likes, and even Yasmin likes Elvis. She sings Elvis. I'm lucky, because my older kids weren't into Elvis. I tried to make them into Elvis, but they didn't want to know. But these, Yasmin's 7, no, Yasmin's about to turn 8, Tino, 4 years old. They love Elvis. So we do watch Elvis stuff together all the time. And we sing Elvis together all the time. Linda, I watch Elvis every day. I can't help it. I'm addicted. Let's have a look. I'm just going to try and... Oh, Salvatore. Thank you very much. Salvatore gets me a coffee. Guys, if you like what I'm doing, send us a coffee. Hit the super thank you. Thank you very much. Salvatore, you're too good to me, Salvatore. Right, let's keep going a minute. So Jane, I watch and listen to Elvis every day. Elvis got the radio app on my phone and it comes through. We're all addicted, aren't we, guys? I'm like a sponge. I keep absorbing. Most of the things I learn about Elvis is from you guys. Right. Yes, Finola, I'm not trying to create hate for John Travolta. I know all about his life. I know about the tragedy he's had. But this Scientology thing where he's recruiting people for Scientology really worries me. Remember, look at the damage to Lisa Marie, to Benjamin. Yeah? So it's difficult, Finola. It's difficult. Because I've always loved John Travolta. I've always loved him. So it's very difficult for me to speak negative about John Travolta. I do not hate him. I wish he would distance himself from Scientology. John Travolta, if you ever watch my program, please distance yourself from Scientology. It's doing a lot of damage, in my opinion. Yes, he radiated the spiritual strength that comforted me when I listened to his music. That's Geo. Back in the day, we all wanted to look like Elvis. I still want to look like Elvis. I was 6 years old when I seen King Creole and I was hooked. Salvatore, King Creole is my favorite Elvis film. King Creole. And we know that James Dean was supposed to play that, wasn't he? Yeah. Such a good film. Such a good film. I could watch it again and again. And there's loads of footage of all the scenes that were where the film was recorded on YouTube, isn't there? Where they go to the old sets. Love that film so much. And the music from it. And the music. And there were so many good actors in King Creole. So many good. One day, guys, we'll do a whole live stream just on the movies. We'll play all the trailers. Not all of them. We'll go through some trailers. Maybe we'll play 10, 15 trailers. And we'll do a review on the movies. Yeah, is that a good idea, guys? We'll do that soon. Right, I just wanted to, whilst my wife's not here, I wanted to just, there was a thing that I wanted to play you guys and I lost it. And I was going to play it you yesterday. I couldn't find it. I'm going to have a quick look for it now, because if I can find it, I'd like to play it you, because it was really good. Let's have a look. If I can't, I might have to play something else, but... All right, I might play that. I'll tell you what, guys, I think I'm going to go on a bit longer. I'm going to go and make myself a cup of tea. So I might play you something on Scientology, unless I can find this. If I can find this clip. Let's see if I can find it. If I can't find it, I'll play you the Scientology clip. Oh, actually, this is pretty good as well. But I still want to find the one I was going to play you. Let's see if it's on here. I think this thing I found was such a good documentary. It was so good. I really, really want to play it you. No. Okay, what I'm going to do then, I'm going to play a bit of...
Einmal jemanden treffen, der tat. You told us fascinating stories about the king, and you did a fantastic job.
Right, let's listen to Mindy Miller a minute while I make a cup of tea. If any of you guys want to make a tea, now's the time to do it. Okay, I'm going to be about 5 minutes.
And your song at the end was for all fans, fantastic song.
You never know if people know this song. It's a song by Vince Gill called Go Rest High in That Mountain. And when I first heard the song, I thought this is perfect for Elvis. And I've made it my tribute song to him.
Okay, it was a fantastic song. You told a lot of stories today, but I have 2 or 3 questions. Maybe you can answer them. What was Elvis' reaction, or did you talk with Elvis about his reaction to the book Elvis What Happened?
Yeah, well, I was there. I was in his bedroom at Graceland, and he knew of the book, and he was extremely, extremely upset. He was pacing back and forth in the bedroom. I sat on the edge of the bed. I didn't say anything because he needed to vent, meaning he needed just to talk and get it out. So I just was very quiet and I listened. And, yes, he was very angry. And I think he felt betrayed at the time. But I think that he also knew that he needed to do something. And I think it was such a shock to him because he had treated these people very well, but they truly loved him. And they would have taken a bullet for him, and they did try everything to help him. And he was resistant. He wasn't ready to make that change. But he was going to later on, as we found out. But I think it opened his eyes, but in a way that was a shock to him, And later on, he spoke to Red West, and it's not that he acted like nothing happened, but he said to Red, if you ever need anything, I'm here. Now, what a forgiving man. This man was the most forgiving, loving, wonderful, extraordinary humanitarian and private man that I've ever met in my life. There will never, ever be anyone like him again. He was God's gift to this planet. He was extremely humble, and he only wanted to do good by people and to help people. So yes, he was very upset. But I think had he lived, he wanted to turn things around, and he wanted to be healthier,
Okay. When you talked with Elvis about several things, did you also talk about his music, new records? Did he ask you how do you find my new record?
Well, the thing is, one of the songs that he sang to me when I first met him was Trouble. And he had just finished recording that song at RCA Studios in Hollywood. And on our first date, when I met him, which was a blind date for him, he didn't know he was going to be he knew he was going to be meeting me, but I had no idea that I was going to be meeting him. I was going to a party, and there was no party. I was the party. So he took me upstairs and he put the music on and he sang to me privately, and he said, "You are the first person to hear this song." And he said, "If you like it, I'll do it on tour." And so when I joined him on tour and he took me on tour for the first time, he incorporated that song into his repertoire, but he didn't sing it for very long because it was very wordy. And so when he would come on stage, he would have a piece of paper and he would kind of look at the lyrics, and then when he felt comfortable, he would throw the paper to the stage floor, But one of the things that I reminisce about that I missed with new songs was I just missed his Jungle Room, his famous Jungle Room recordings.
I'm just going to read your comments. I'm going to let this play because this is really good.
We had to fly the previous day very quickly out to Denver for Captain Kennedy's relative who passed away. And the Jungle Room recordings were supposed to be the next day. So he didn't do it the next day because we were in Denver for 2 or 3 days. So I missed out on that. But he did talk about songs, and he asked me if I liked this song or this song or this song, or what did I think of it. And he always wanted people's opinions because he wanted to make sure that people liked what he was recording and that they would buy his records, of course, you know.
Yes. So now we are at Elvis Music. I think you had a hard day, a hard working day. Don't want to take it too long, but I would like to ask you, what are your favorite Elvis songs?
Well, the first one has to be Trouble because it was the first one he sang to me, and I was the first one to hear it. But, you know, so many songs. There's no way I could have one song, but I love his gospel songs. I love the young lady that sang some of his songs tonight. Of course, the trilogy was incredible. And I actually really like a song called Blue Spanish Eyes.
Spanish eyes, teardrops are falling from your Spanish heart. Please don't cry. This is just adios and not goodbye.
Which is not a big favorite of anyone's, but I like it because I'm part Spanish. So for him to sing that, that kind of touches me home-wise, and being part Spanish, you know. So I love that. I do listen to his gospel songs a lot.
All right, let's. I mean, I love Mindy Miller. We're very lucky. We've had her on here on our Elvis Presley, Defending Elvis Presley Facebook chat. She's actually spoke to us. Sometimes she's messaged me. So I'm very proud that I've actually managed to have a conversation through Facebook Messenger with Mindy. She definitely supports our channel of Defending Elvis Presley. Now, I know that there's complicated views with Mindy. Some of you don't feel that she was his proper girlfriend, but I do. I've watched a lot of her interviews, and I've looked at the history, and I think there was a genuine period of time where they really mattered to each other. I think they were a bit on off. Elvis, I think after Priscilla, did Elvis ever really properly commit to any girl fully 100%? I don't think so. I think Mindy Miller is one of the few ex-girlfriends that really does speak in a beautiful way about Elvis, and she really understood his spiritual side and his religious side. And I think Mindy got a sense of the real Elvis, the true Elvis. I really believe that. And she was beautiful as well. She had a career in her own right. She can sing. She still now very proudly promotes Elvis in a really kind way. And I think she was at quite a massive event in Germany. Yeah, a big Elvis event in Germany. So let's just check some of your comments. Let's have a look. So I believe that we would have got on well. I love to sing too. I think of doing a song for Louis' channel bit. Shy, those laugh on that. What do you think? I do song on Facebook and I not sang for a while. Angel Eyes, definitely do it. 100%. Join our Defending Elvis Presley. We have a 24-hour chat. You can join. And you can message me direct. You can, I'll give you my name so you can add me on a friend's request. Any of you guys, if any of you want to friend request me on Facebook, I'll always add you. and you can send your song through there, and I can play it on here. Angel Eyes, if you do a song, I'll play it on here on our live stream. And the 24-hour chat that we have on called Defending Elvis Presley on Facebook is brilliant. Is brilliant. All right, okay. Once we come off, Angel Eyes. Once we've come off, I'll add you. What name are you using, Angel Eyes, on Facebook? Yeah, I'll play it for you. Angel Eyes, I'll play it for you. If you send me a song now, I'll play it. Remember, you guys can ring on Messenger or WhatsApp. You're welcome. Teresa, I'm a big fan of Anne Margaret. Just Rubes, I love Mindy Miller. She's always bending. Elvis never said a bad word. Yeah. Diane, can we see you? What's gone on? Let's have a look. Diane. Let's have a look. Diane, is there something being said by Diane? I've missed something. Let's have a look. All right, so Angel Eyes has changed her profile pic to me and Elvis. Oh, I like that. Let's keep going. The day Elvis passed, this is Colleen. The day Elvis passed, my dad was distraught. The TV had broken and he ran out and found someone to fix it so that he wouldn't miss anything. They put on Elvis and Dad was snug and tough guy and he cried. Oh, Colleen, your dad sounds lovely. Sounds like a real nice guy. Thanks for sharing that with us. So did Angel Eyes, did you meet Elvis? Did you? I know you've got a picture of you and Elvis as a profile, but is it one that you've made, or did you actually meet him? Vic Morrow, great actor, rest in peace. So Linda says she watched King Creole for the 100th time. Let's have a look. Teresa, you always speak beautifully about your love for Elvis. Thank you. Oh, Finola, I know you're not. Finola, I know you're not. Don't worry. I love Finola. You're one of my favorite subscribers and people that join us every day. You know, I think very highly of you, Finola. Thank you very much for joining us. Let's have a look. Music is a great escape, but combined with Elvis, oh my God, yeah. My dad, right, Colleen, my dad swatted a diaper once and I just sat and looked at him with that little kid. I'm sorry, I broke his heart the day and he swore that he would never ever do that again. Your dad sounds lovely, Colleen. Now, my dad did have a good side. He did. He could be charming and funny. And I thought my dad was the best looking man on the planet. Yeah. So it's not all bad, guys. I loved my childhood. I loved being an Elvis fan so young, made my childhood brilliant. Brilliant. I loved it. So it's not all bad. I loved Christmas time. Even though we did grow up very poor. I grew up in a cafe and I would help my mum and dad do the washing up and prepare the meals. It was a backstreet cafe, so it was very quiet. We didn't have many customers, but I loved growing up in a cafe, a restaurant. It was a very small backstreet one. And we grew up in one room. You'll laugh at this, guys. Now, my house was pretty derelict. The roof leaked, the windows leaked. We didn't have a garden. Our garden was the roof. We would go on the roof, which was very dangerous to play. That's how... And we grew up in one room, and in that one room, obviously we had a separate bedroom. In that one room, we would bath in the same room as the lounge. So you have the lounge, the sofa would face the bath. The sofa, that room was the only room that had a TV. It was also the room we cooked in, and we did all the washing in. So it had a washing machine and a dryer. Now the dryer came later. We couldn't afford a dryer. We had a black and white TV. Even though all my friends had color TVs, we had a black and white TV. And I only used to get one present at Christmas. One present on my birthday. I used to cry on Christmas Day. But I do have very, very good memories of Christmas dinner. So obviously my parents are Greek Cypriot from Cyprus. So they would always make sure there was a Christmas spread with Greek food as well. So my memories of Christmas, you know, putting the Christmas tree up, the Christmas lights, Christmas food were very good. But when it came to presents, one present each. My dad was a compulsive gambler, which was very common in those days. My dad gambled everything away. So even though my dad would earn money, he would waste it in the casinos, playing poker, on the horses. He bet a lot on horses. Yeah. Every day he would gamble. Across the road, there was a horses place where you bet on horses. So my dad spent his days gambling. So not straightforward, guys. Anyway, I know that it's not really Elvis related, but it gives you an idea of what my mum went through. Gives you an idea. And my mum is still alive. She's in a nursing home, but she's still well, and she's 81 years old. Right, so let's just read some of your messages. I used to sing Elvis songs to my patients in critical care, even dance for them to make them happy. Oh, Diane, that's beautiful. Now, you guys know my wife's on chemo, and it's all going well. She's only on low dose chemo, so it's only preventative. And she has told me that when she goes for chemo, she sees some terminally ill people, and it's very sad, very sad. But my wife at the moment is doing very well, very well. So I grew up in the Bronx, the place called Little Italy. Little Italy. That's interesting, Salvatore. Diane, you do sound very special. You do. I love to just walk around and smell the food in Little Italy. I want to go to Little Italy. Now, I don't know if you know Salvatore. My wife, her dad was half Italian. My wife's dad is half Italian. That's why my wife's last name is Necco. Necco. Yeah, so she is quarter Italian, and he was very proud of Italy. Very proud. Salvatore, I love to just walk around and smell the food. I'm also Greek Cypriot, born in Australia, and those Cyprus love their gambling and put on the biggest spreads. Yeah, and both my parents are from Cyprus, so I was first generation British. I was born in England. I was born in Weston-super-Mare, the town I still live in, and yet the Greek Cypriot upbringing can be lovely, and I'm proud to be a Greek Cypriot. But the hitting of the kids, the hitting of the wife, the gambling, you know, staying up all night, playing poker, smoking cigars. I helped when I was very small, 8, 9, 10, 11, I helped my dad in his gaffaner. You know what a gaffaner is, Emily? And I do speak Greek. I couldn't speak English until I was about 5, 6. My parents just spoke to me in Greek, but as I got older, I learned. And I actually grew up mainly with British people, but I did have a lot of Greek Cypriot friends. So my parents are from Paphos and Limassol. Paphos and Limassol. Peter Andre, he's an Australian Greek Cypriot, isn't he? Emily, Peter Andre is an Australian Greek Cypriot, yeah? You may have seen him. Salvatore, I used to be all Italian. Now, Finola, she is getting better. She's very well. You would never think she was unwell. She's had the cancer removed. Luckily, it was very small. So now she's having preventative chemo, and she's got to do it for 12 weeks. She's on her 4th week next week. 4th week, and it's going well. She hasn't lost any hair yet, so fingers crossed. Yeah, we used to play stick ball in the street. Yeah, that's it, Salvatore. The Greek Cypriots were the same. You seem like a very good man, good husband, and good dad. I love your channel, and you're defending Elvis, doing a fantastic art. Just rubies. I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I am a kind person. I'm a good-hearted, kind person. I have good moral values. Good moral values. Yeah, so thank you. That's a very kind thing of you to say. I know you, and always, yeah, she's very busy. My wife is a doer. She is a doer. She keeps herself busy. She's into a lot of things. She has a lot of friends, my wife. My God, that weather is going mad. The weather is going crazy here, guys. Yeah, it's all going well, Linda. Touch wood. It's all going very well. Obviously, we did go through a very difficult month, but we've come through that now. Right. Yeah, come on. We all live in our past, don't we? We all live in our childhood. To me, I often dream about my childhood. We do. We live there, don't we? It's proper bad. You guys in the UK, this weather is disgusting. It's like proper heavy, rainy weather. Let's remember to pray for one another and our families and friends. May God lift everyone up. Yes, that is beautiful. Do you know what? You just reminded me of Finley Lockwood. I'm going to have to go in a minute, guys. But Finley Lockwood, Elvis's granddaughter, Lisa Marie's twin daughter, posted something. I've already shown it you once. I'm going to show you again. Morning. I'm finishing now, Gio. Let me find it, guys. Let me find it. Finley Lockwood, Elvis's granddaughter. She posted this on her Instagram. I need to find it. It's a beautiful thing. It is a religious thing. Let me find it. I probably won't find it now, but let's have a look. When she posted it, I was like, "Ah, you are a Christian." Finley Lockwood is a Christian. It was a religious thing. Aha! Guys, I'm going to make you tearful. It's very short. Now, this is in response to that comment we just had. Beautiful comment, yeah? Oh, thank you, Colleen. Thank you, Colleen. Right, this is Finley Lockwood, yeah? Are you ready, guys? I know the Lord is always with me. I will not be shaken, for he is right beside me. Finley Lockwood, guys. Let me see if I can get her name up. Look at the top. Look at the top. Finley Lockwood. I know the Lord is always with me. I will not be shaken, for he is right beside me. Yeah, Elvis's granddaughter. And she promotes Elvis. She promoted the Netflix documentary. I know you guys are a bit annoyed that Priscilla's in it, but she promoted it on her. And I'll tell you what, let's go out, me playing the video of Finley and Harper singing to an Elvis song with one of their Instagram followers that did a talent show with them. Let's play it. And then we'll have to say goodbye, yeah? Now, I accidentally came across this in the middle of the night. It was a live stream. Finley and Harper, Finley and Harper, Elvis's grandkids, Lisa Marie's children, invited people to their Instagram to do a live talent show. And I just happened to wake up to it and joined it. And this is what I recorded. I'm going to play this and I'm out of here. But it does last about 8 or 9 minutes, I think. Hopefully my wife... Do any of you want to see Finley and Harper singing along with their contestants, singing an Elvis song? And the other thing, Finley actually messaged me. I asked her what was her favorite Elvis song, Finley. And they both answered Crying in the Chapel. Crying in the Chapel is Finley and Harper's favourite Elvis song. Crying in the Chapel. Right, let me find it. You carry on messaging while I play this, guys. I've got to find it a minute. Let's have a look. I did like a 5-minute video on it because it was quite emotional listening to them two singing with their contestant on Instagram. Let's have a look. I've done so many videos, it takes me forever to find anything. Actually, I might have to go to TikTok, so I think I put it on there. Right, are we ready, guys? It's right, listen, guys, this is no lie. Let me pause it. This has had 11,600 views. 11,600 views just on TikTok. It's had more on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Right, are we ready? Now remember, guys, they're just kids. They're just 16. They're excited. They decide with a friend to ask people to join them on a talent competition on Instagram. This is a live stream. And this is what I recorded, but I've put my take on it. I've added my words to it.
Wait, hold up. Okay, Aaliyah Priscilla, hey, I accepted it. Hello? Hi, Harper.
So let me just pause it. Now you listen, right, guys? This is emotional. I do get a bit emotional. You listen to how kind they are to this girl that wants to join their talent show. Yeah, they don't know. This is just a couple of 16-year-old girls who just happen to be the most famous grandchildren on the planet. And these girls, when they're 18 and they are adults, are going to be stunning. They are going to shake the world. They are going to shake the world. You wait. Mark my words, guys. These two twins are going places. I'm a twin, and I know how lovely it is to be a twin. Now, you listen to how respectful and kind they are to this girl. Yeah. Now, you get no sense of Finley and Harper that fame has gone to their head. Nothing. These two girls are so down to earth and kind and friendly, just like their granddad, just like their grandfather, just like Lisa. Yeah, and it is emotional. And Emily says, "Oh, could you imagine how Elvis would have loved them?" I get emotional, guys. Ooh. Could you imagine how much Elvis would have loved Finley and Harper and how proud he would have been of Riley? So when I listen to these two girls and they're just giggling and laughing and having fun, they sound happy and they're proud, and then also finding out that they're Elvis fans, yeah? And how kind they are to people, and they're asking people to share their talent on their Instagram page. It's emotional for me, guys. It's like, I really feel sorry that Elvis and Lisa are missing out. It guts me. Their whole life has taken a different turn. Obviously, they're now with Michael Lockwood. And of course, Riley will be there for them. Of course she will. But I really do believe these are very special girls. And I'm not just saying that because they're Elvis's granddaughter. I get a real good sense. I get a real good feeling from these girls. A good feeling that good things are coming, guys. And I know that Elvis would be proud. Elvis would be proud. Yeah. So would Lisa. So let's keep listening, guys.
First, I just want to say that you're absolutely beautiful. You and your sister Finley are just so beautiful. That's so sweet. Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you so much.
They were really glad to have you in here.
It's such a pleasure talking to you guys. Thanks. Alright. You want me to sing a song? Yeah, please. Alright. I could sing, Elvis. Let's see. But I can't help falling in love with you.
Now, hang on, let me pause this. I'm gonna rewind that. Now, listen, guys. The twins, Billy and Harper, join in and are singing that with the girl. They're singing "Can't Help Falling in Love." You can hear Billy and Harper singing the Elvis song with this girl. It's amazing. Maybe the first time they've ever sang an Elvis song on social media. So let's listen to this, guys. It's very important, I think.
You're absolutely beautiful. You and your sister Finley are just so beautiful. That's so sweet. Thank you. Oh my God. Oh, thank you so much.
They were really good here.
My sweet. It's such a pleasure talking to you guys.
Thanks.
Alright. You want me to sing a song? Yeah, please. Alright. I could sing, Elvis. Let's see. But I can't help falling in love with you.
Love it. I start crying.
Thank you so much.
Whoa.
Thank you so much.
Whoa. Did you hear? They say thank you so much. Oh, sorry, guys. He's such a big baby. Right. I'm like crying now. See, I find that quite emotional. Because we've got Elvis's grandkids inviting a complete stranger onto their Instagram. And the stranger wants to sing an Elvis song, "Can't Help Falling in Love." But just that in itself, I just think is brilliant, yeah? But then they start singing the Elvis song with her. With her. Finley and Harper, Elvis's grandkids, are singing Elvis to a stranger on a talent show that they've created on their Instagram just because they feel like it. And how gracious and respectful and friendly they are to that girl. They thank you so much for coming on to our live stream. Yeah? How beautiful is that, guys? Yeah? Now, we know that good manners and respect are so important in kids nowadays, don't we? Yeah? Do we agree, kids, that it's actually quite unusual that teenagers are so friendly and respectful? I actually find teenagers at the moment pretty rude. Do any of you agree with that? Teenagers now, they're pretty rude. They don't say please and thank you. Sometimes they're not kind, yeah? But these girls, the most famous grandchildren on the planet, who could be just full of themselves, treat that young lady on their talent show on Instagram with complete respect and beautiful manners, just like their grandfather, just like Lisa. Remember Elvis? Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Lisa was the same. Whenever you saw her being interviewed or dealing with the public, so well-mannered, so well-mannered. So it really pleases me from the bottom of my heart that Finley and Harper are so gracious and well-mannered, and they join in on an Elvis song. They are clearly Elvis fans, clearly. Guys, I'm telling you, it gets me right here, right here. It does. It does. Guys, nearly 12,000 views. Isn't it? Nearly 12,000 views. And of course, I am going to play their favorite song and to play us out. So guys, if you've enjoyed the live stream, get us a coffee, send me a super thank you, become a member. Please subscribe, please like. And I do appreciate that you appreciate me. I'm going to play this song. Let's see if I can make this work. Yeah? And then I'm going to go. I'm going to have to play the twins, Elvis's grandkids, Finley and Harper, who are adorable, who are Elvis fans, who are Christians. I'm going to play Crying in the Chapel. I have to, guys. Bye.